Alrighty, fellas. Yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski. Welcome to another PokeMMO stream recap, your daily source of tips, tricks, news, information, discussion, everything happening within PokeMMO. We talk about it every single day here. First things first, as always, I've got to shout it out again. Shiny War has been confirmed to be coming at the end of July, alongside some big technology updates, PvE changes, and a new type of reward given out for the event. We're very excited for this. We're waiting for the next part of the news, but it's really cool. Honestly, I've felt so much better. It being like confirmed in the way it has been feels really good. I'm pretty happy and excited for it. I feel like I can lock in and actually just full focus on prep work now as well and get these berries picked here in a quick sec. But as always, we have our catch events and other news. I have a lot of daily news to jump into today, fellas, so let's see if we can get to all of it. First things first, this catch event is actually today. Don't let it trick you. It says Thursday the 2nd of July, and I thought that's when it was, but it's actually today for ET gamers like myself. It is on Wednesday the 1st at 8 p.m. ET. It actually goes live. The catch event starts at the same time as the USA World Cup game versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm so sorry. Hope that wasn't awful, but should be a good game. I'll be watching that in the background while we do the catch event. It's in the Safari Zone. Safari Zone catch event for Marl, Clefairy, Jigglypuff, Wooper. Nature bonuses on screen. If you're watching the recap, I'm sorry. It's too late for this, so I'm going to skip past it. Shiny Osrill up for grabs, though. That's a cool shiny to win because usually you have to breed it down and you have to like use like an incense. This is actually like a really cool, one of the cooler baby shinies to win because it saves you like a lot of Pokeyen on a shiny breed. Next up, there's a catch event coming up on the 5th of July, this Sunday. So right after 4th of July, if you celebrate, 5th of July, Sunday at 3 p.m. ET, Route 33 in Johto. You're catching Cyndaquil, Hoppip, and Geodude. Now, if you want to win the catch event, I'm going to let you on a little secret. Well, it's not really that big of a secret. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this. But you don't want to pop Lures and you don't want to pop Cyndaquils. His catch rate is just too slow and brutal. You're probably just going to want to catch Hoppips and Geodudes if you want to try to win the catch event, whether first place or fourth place. Nature bonuses on screen, Modest +3, Timid +2, and Adamant -2. And there is a non-shiny gift Cyndaquil up for grabs. 6x31 Typhlosion is always good. It's probably the most used PVM Pokemon in all of Pokemon. It's used in raids, it's used in boss fights like the pumpkin boss fight. It's used in Jimmy runs every single day. It's used in a lot of other strategies. It's been used in E4 in the past, I think. It's used everywhere. Like Typhlosion is super powerful with Eruption. Who would have thought? And then there's a team tournament coming up. Team tournament number 5 on the 4th of July. This is important because there's an area within PokeMMO that is only unlocked during team tournaments, when team tournaments are active. So make sure that if you want to hatch any eggs, get any shinies hatched, or do anything like that during an active team tournament, it's coming up. Make sure to go ahead and get your eggs ready if you want to do that, have that specific hatch location, or just go check it out. Dude, if you've never seen the team tournament arena, you are missing out. I think it is one of the coolest locations we've seen added to PokeMMO in the past 10 years. It's my favorite location in the entire game. I think the team tournament arena looks stunning. I think it makes you... It just immediately adds this aura of togetherness within PokeMMO, but also competition. It's super beautiful. They break down the tournament details. Now, for my understanding, the teams that are in this tournament are already locked in. I don't know if you can register. I'm not totally sure. Let's see. No, yeah, that's what let's see. I'm not totally sure. You might want to go read the extra details by yourself, but from my understanding, usually team tournaments are teams that have earned their spot. But I could be mistaken. Once again, we see some people obviously guaranteed spots. It's like there are some other months they still need to make it. April was winners of previous months. There might be some other spots open. You want to double check. PvP is a little out of my depth, but I always like calling this stuff out. What's the date for this actually? To do date and time. Saturday the 4th of July, Saturday at 7 p.m. UTC. So whatever time that is ET. Check it out, man. Team tournaments are a blast. Even if you don't play PvP, go check it out. It's a super beautiful environment, okay? Next up, dude, the PvP changes. Number 1 went through. You guys are too nice to me, man. You're too kind. I'm honored. I'm just happy to be here, dude. The PvP changes went through. Raikou is now down to you from, I think, is it in-game now? Let me go double check, actually. They said they were. Yup. Oh my goodness. Raikou has been in UU for like 12 hours. It's a very small sample size. Do not take this as, but 12 hours, dude. Wow, 12 hours. 56% win rate, 49% usage rate. This is not true data. You know, it's not been long enough yet. Ooh, Blaziken back in NU. That's a big deal. How long has that been the case? Blaziken ruled over the NU metagame for most of my time when I was trying to play NU a little bit. It was Blaziken and Tortle up there. Tortle, dude. All right, let's go. I'm getting distracted though. There's been some big changes. I talked about these yesterday, okay? So we're going to skip through them. The biggest changes that also happened was Sharpness was unbanned. Sharpness unbanned and Gallade up to OU. This is a big deal. The last time Sharpness Gallade was in OU, it was so busted, it was banned. And they tried to balance it so many times. They tried to change the calculations of Sharpness from 1.5 to 1.4 to 1.2. They changed it a bunch and talked about it a bunch, and it was all over the place, man. And they ended up banning Sharpness from Gallade for a long time in probably a year, maybe less. A fair bit in PvP. To see it back unbanned and in OU, someone was saying they made 5 million Pokeyen just yesterday breeding up Gallades. This is why it's so important to keep an eye on PvP changes, even if you don't play PvP, okay? Money making. Everybody needs to make money within PokeMMO. And if you keep an eye on PvP changes, you can take advantage of a new surge of high demand on a lot of these Pokemon. Next up as well, Tier Council is looking for more players, looking for more applicants. The Tier Council, you need to play a certain amount of games. You have a minimum of 30 games per month, and you also have to be pretty good at PvP. There's all the extra details over on the forums. If you want to reach out and try to apply, you can check out Munya over on the PokeMMO forums, or there's also a chat in the official Discord. The Tier Council is kind of like the high tier PvP players that help decide a lot of the changes or guide some of the changes for PokeMMO PvP. And then finally, this is a fun story, man. Has anyone ever successfully installed PokeMMO on an Android TV, aka a Hisense TV? This guy was able to do it. One of the staff members actually came and helped him and gave him a little tip or whatever, and that was the domino that was able to let him do it. I thought this was really cool, man. I love seeing what devices people... It's almost like installing Doom on a calculator, seeing what people can install PokeMMO on, man. I've always loved. I've seen people do it on TVs. I've seen it on Steam Decks, the basic things. It comes on some of those little emulator Game Boy type, recreations. It's really cool to see everything that people are capable of doing when I don't know shit about coding to that degree. I don't know how difficult that is, to be fair, but it's a really beautiful thing, man. Maybe it's super easy, but that was a really cool thing to see someone trying to get that done. Next up, PokeForce, man. They've been trying to really show the community that they're locking in and getting work done. And so far, they're doing it, man. They had a big, split recently from a certain developer, and that was talked about in a video recently. There was a really big negative thing that happened and a really big positive thing recently for PokeForce. And they've brought back their website. They're paying the monthly fee. They're trying to show people they're trying to commit. They were running out of Discord for a little bit. I think that's just cheaper and easier. But they're trying to show people no, we are a serious upcoming PokeMMO. We want to be taken seriously. So they're committing to the new website. And it looks fantastic, in my opinion. And it's just more about, I think right now we just need to see how the July playtest goes. They're going to do a July playtest. They've talked about that. And I just need to see how that goes. I think that's the next step in PokeForce's journey. So that's our daily news, I believe, covered. We'll go ahead and get into the achievement showcase here in a quick sec. All right, let's go ahead and stop yapping about Bethesda games and get into the achievement showcase, fellas. First things first, dude. Congratulations to Swift, who got a ton of their utility Pokemon set up, dude. Congratulations. It's always a great feeling in Pokemon. It's a really cool goal to go for. I love your triple Smeargles. There's so many good Smeargle builds, dude. So many things to do with that. Really fucking sick utility Pokemon setup, dude. Congratulations over to Swift. Next up, Sonori the Priest got a 12,000 encounter shiny Tentacruel coming back to the game. They returned some new player. Good luck for returning players, right? Returning player, good RNG, leveling some Blastoises for a Jimmy Run team and managed to get themselves a shiny Tenta. It's always nice to see that Tenta passively achieved, man. Congratulations. Kind of hard to see. The most important thing with this achievement showcase, this comes from, look at the name of the person. Let me zoom in a little bit. Taz, we're gonna call him Taz. Taz. Taz created 9 alt accounts. 9 alt accounts to do the red refight. That is 9 accounts with complete Pokedex, all storylines done, and then having the team built to do the red refight. This is fucking impressive. This is insane. This is a grind, and you gotta respect it. I'm not like I love to explore a little bit more about setting up alt accounts like this. But like, I like these ones where you can like do the thing once a week. Like the Red fights once a week. Once a week, get like a huge burst of Pokeyen. It's just really hard to grind up all like 9 accounts with full decks and full storylines. It's probably like 1,000 hours to do all this. Maybe, well, if you're really good, you could probably do it a lot less time, like probably half that. But like realistically, like 500 to 1,000 hours, like that's insane, man. That's crazy to like build up the teams. But then once you have once you have the accounts done, it's like 5 minutes per red fight. Alpha said that's nuts. That's sick, dude. All right, next up, someone actually egged a Phoebus after phasing on a shiny Carvana at 45,000 encounters. Great fail shiny, to be fair. Phase shiny. They just started egging for Phoebus, and they hit it on their first batch. Nearly 800 hours and over 70,000 total encounters going for Phoebus. Congratulations to you, Penny. It's a very cool way to get a Phoebus. It's almost cooler, in my opinion, to have it like that, man. Congratulations. Next up, after 1,700 hours of straight single encountering, I didn't even read straight single encountering. Like this guy has done nothing else, or like very little things else. Very little other shiny hunting. That shit will melt your brain beyond belief. 300,000 encounters tracked since the encounter tracker. I finally got my first rare. So he wasn't just like dry for shinies all that time, obviously, but first rare like this. And the Heracross, dude, this is a sick. I love shiny Heracross. So underrated. Congratulations to you, Sept, on the shiny Heracross. Was it underrated? It's hard to hunt for, so you don't see it a whole lot. It's a sick shiny, man. Congratulations. I'm getting distracted by the England World Cup game chat's talking about. I understand, dude. It's knockout round, right? All right. Next up, dude, Leader Misty is this person's in-game name. Sick name to have, Leader Misty, and they're using the name for a good purpose. They are going for all water shinies within PokeMMO, aside from starter Pokemon, aside from the eggs, I guess. And that's a fucking sick goal. I love goals like this, dude. They went 77,000 encounters recently for the shiny Slowbro, and that's their last one. So they finally have all the Slowbros. Also, they're not going just for like one of each species line. They have Slowpoke, Slowbro, and Slowking, right? So they're gonna go for Magikarp and Gyarados, the Whalmer. Like, this is sick, man. This is very, very cool goal. Very cool goal to go for on an account titled Leader Misty. So sick, dude. Congratulations. Next up, this goofball, Vodka IGN, or just name, was able to get this in roughly 6 hours of hunting for it. 6 hours. Oh, is that an SS and Magikarp? Oh my god, wait, excuse me. Wait. Apologies for not noticing that. That's, oh, in the Safari Zone Duck? This is sick, man. This is really, really cool. SS and Carp is one of the, like, coolest, like, collectibles. You have to unlock the SS and then don't finish the quest line. Dude, much love to you, Rico. You have to unlock the SSN. Don't beat the boat. Like, don't beat the rival fight. Stay in the storyline, and then shiny hunt until you get a Magikarp, like a Gold Rod there. Because once the boat goes away, it's gone forever. So like SSN Carp is a crazy, crazy cool accomplishment. Vodka got a shiny Zorua in 6 hours. If my math is correct, if everybody in chat can confirm, isn't this a 20 phase hunt? How many phases is Zorua? Is Zorua, it's either 10 or 20 phases. If it is 20 phases, it is a 1,000 hour hunt on average, because I believe it's about 50 hours per times 3 Horde shiny. If it's a 10 phase hunt, 22 on average. No, the fuck it's not. You're joking. 15 if I recall. Okay, now I'm hearing different things. Anyways, if it's 20 phases, it's 1,000 hour shiny hunt. If it's 10 phases on average, it's hard to calculate this. If it's 10 phases, it's 500, right? That's the math you need to know. TLDR, this person turned a 1,000 hour shiny hunt into 6 hours. Congratulations, Vodka. That's insane. Yeah, what? Some of us don't even know what phases are. Phases, if you actually don't know, if you're just asking to flex, phases are getting a shiny Pokemon on the way to your target shiny. A good example is like, and I think the best way to explain phases is usually it's a shiny Pokemon that is better to be achieved in different ways, right? So when you get like a shiny Pokeyen while hunting for Shroomish in Petalburg Woods, that Pokeyen is specifically a phase because you could have just gone and done ×5 Hordes of Mightyena and gotten the shiny within 30 hours as opposed to 100 hours on average, obviously, single encountering, right? So things like that. That's the best. I think that's the best way to explain it is I like the extra layer of like you can hunt it in a better way. Like when I get shiny Ponytas single encountering, that's a phase because you could go time swipe hoard it. Okay. Next up, the final story. This is like a dream come true, man. Started breeding my very first Jimmy Run team, and I started not even a month ago. I started by saving Pokeyen, by breeding the Pokemon myself. This is a newer player breeding their own Jimmy Run team to save money, okay? And after 3 breeds with Ditto, with random gender to save money on a cycle, I hatched this beautiful... Bro, they hatched a Jimmy Run Cyndaquil while just trying to make one. This is the dream come true, dude. The absolute dream come true. It is 31 attack, 31 speed, rash. It has the nature. It's literally usable in Jimmy Runs. They just got their new Jimmy Run Pokemon, and it just happens to be shiny. Insane accomplishment. The dream for a new player, man. Congratulations to you, Omnia. And that is our final little achievement showcase and our intro to the stream. We have a lot of berries to pick, as you can see, so I'm going to go ahead and get to work and replanting Lepus today. And I will see you guys with some Iron Man progress and probably some good questions from chat as well. Maybe a movie Patrouski take today. It's going to be a 9.5 long stream today, so we got to pace ourselves. I honestly need to do like a full hype speech video at some point, but this shiny war, man, it's gonna mean a lot. This is realistically my final hurrah with competitive PokeMMO, with probably competitive events to this degree. I'm just getting too old, right? I'm 28 years old. I can't be pulling 100-hour weeks playing PokeMMO. 40 to 80, fine, right? 40 to 60, ideal long term. I can't do 100-hour weeks anymore, man. I think it's too much. So like this shiny war is like, it's my final hurrah. It's my final. I think a lot of people understand that I've been putting a lot more time into content creation over the past 1 or 2 years, and I've lessened up on my PokeMMO grinds. And I want to show people that I still have it. I want to show people that just because I've been grinding content creation more so than grinding the game doesn't mean that I still can't fucking hold my own. And fucking get shinies and grind and pull 16-hour days. It's gonna be a real proving moment for me and proving myself to the community. And I always feel like that no matter what I accomplish, no matter what I've done, creating the Iron Man account and not creating the idea, but popularizing that, being the first person to speedrun to a shiny, being the first person to complete a Nuzlocke in PokeMMO with footage, all the series that I've done, all the from scratch, all the shiny hunting, doing shiny wars, being top 50 in the world in shiny hunts at one point, like all these things. I want to show that I still am hungry and I still have more to prove and I still have more that I want to achieve. And this shiny war is going to be arguably my final hurrah for competitive shiny hunting in PokeMMO. I'm still excited to I can still casually do shiny wars in the future and do 60 to 80 hour weeks or whatever, things like that. But I'm kind of announcing my retirement for competitive long-term. I can't be doing over 100 hours or 100 hours plus. It's too much, man. What are your expectations? My goal is to do at least 300 hours in the month. I would like to hit 400 though. I'd like to set a chill goal and then achieve more. 400 hours in the month would equal 100 hours a week average. That's my soft goal. Is if I do at least 300 hours, would I even be happy? Am I just lying to myself? That's a real question right there, dude. That's a harsh question. Damn. I might need to do 400 hours. We'll see, though. It really depends. I don't know how much streaming is going to, weigh on me during it. It's going to be... I'm going to have to see, man. I'm going to have to see. But realistically, the Shiny War hours, or the playtime hours, I think 400 hours is my real goal for the month of War. Great question, man. It's an honest question. I've never played this game. Is it too late to start? I'm going to be so honest with you, okay? I vehemently don't think so. And I know that I'm biased and all these things... There's a reason why every single year I always do at least one from scratch series every year where I make a new account and I show the progress of completing some storylines, making some Pokeyen, some sort of challenge, because the way that PokeMMO works is due to all the updates and the changes that happen pretty regularly every year. You can always catch back up very quickly because EV training is pretty quick, storyline runs, all these things. It's going to take a lot of time and effort, don't get me wrong. But you start stalling out towards the end game, you can absolutely catch up. You may not be able to go start a new account right now and participate in shiny wars, or at least to a high level, but you could maybe try to get top 50, maybe if you're absolutely cracked. But it's never too late to start Pokemon, in my opinion. Because of the updates and changes, like, people used to ask if it was too late back in, like, what's a good example? Like 2015, right? When the game was released, and people have been asked this forever. The game came out in 2012, right? Hordes didn't even get added to the game until like 2015, 2017. I forget which exact year, but one of those years. So Hordes, the ability to see 5 Pokemon at once, wasn't even added to the game until way, way, way later, right? EV training, the boomer in me, right? EV training used to take me 10 hours at Lavender Tower, running back and forth, killing Ghastly after Ghastly with the incredibly slow encounter rates to get 2v2 special attack. You can EV train special attack these days in 30 minutes. Due to the game constantly getting faster, like, it's kind of never... It's just never really a bad time to start. You can always catch up and always it's a gift and a curse. Because this is the case with most MMOs and most games. Most games have constant power creep, and because of that, it's never a bad time to join. It's kind of the takeaway. So I think it's not even close to being too late to start playing PokeMMO. You can catch up. You can catch up to endgame within like 3 months. You know, you can be at endgame in a couple of months if you are a grinder and like MMOs and like that kind of gameplay. I can't believe someone in chat just brought this up. Mort just said, yo, man, I loved your Shuckle PvP video. And I was like, I haven't made a Shuckle PvP video in like minimum 4 years. How long ago was that? What video are you talking about? And I was like, do you mean... He was like, the Trick Room Shuckle video. And I was like, do you mean the Power Trick Room Shuckle video? That is one of my... I still remember it. That was my favorite PvP video I ever made. To this day, I still remember it. Huge England goal in the World Cup, by the way. That's huge towards the end of... At 85 minutes. Anyways, okay. Dude, that video... What the strategy was to set up Trick Room, bring in Shuckle, Power Trick, and then set up a substitute, if possible, on like a Switch Out... or a Toxic they would often go for. And then you would click like Stone Edge or Earthquake. And I remember I one-shot a Venusaur, which at that time, Venusaur was like the rank 1. It was like the top tier NU Pokemon. And I Stone Edged and one-shot a Venusaur with a Power Trick Room Shuckle. And that was one of my coolest, maybe my coolest PvP kill of all time. That shit was so goofy, man. I loved it, dude. I love taking random nonsense into PokeMMO PvP, dude. Is the market awful for flipping / sniping right now, or am I just trash? I would never call you trash. That's fucked up. But I do think it's a bit harder right now to make money in a variety of ways, and you make less per hourly over the past 2 years. There was kind of like a bunch of nerfs that happened over the past 2 years that have just kind of nerfed money making methods. And prior to that, there were buffs and buffs and buffs for years. So we're kind of just restabilizing, in my opinion. But obviously, like most players, I agree, the nerfs were very strange and very like, I wish they were explained them better type thing. But anyways, to get past that, the point is, I think you can absolutely flip and snipe right now and make pretty good profit and make pretty good money. But I think we're in a very like what's the word, like time and like short based events. We're in a lesser consistent, more sporadic market overall, where like the best times to flip, and they always have them, but now it's even more important to do them at these times. The best time to flip is like during an alpha spawn, so people selling their alphas, you can like buy them up or whatever, right? Or like at like low times. I think also because of information and game knowledge spreading, right? The more people flipping, the less piece of a pie there is, which makes sense because the pie piece has been so goddamn big for so long. Like people, you know, you should spread it up, right? Spread the love and let people earn their own piece, right? So the more people that learn how to flip and get better and educated about PokeMMO and reach endgame, like there's less of a pie piece, but the pie piece has been pretty big, like I said. So that's a factor. So also sometimes you just have a bad hour. Like sometimes you may do an hour of flipping and make like 20k, 20k or 60k, like an absolute dog shit hour, right? Or even just see no flips. Flipping is very like, or sniping especially is very like, you could have hours where you make like millions of Pokeyen or like 600 to 800k pretty consistently, but then hours where there's just like nothing that you can grab, you know? So just very inconsistent hourly rates is what I would say. It's just tough, you know? You're definitely not trash, but it's very, very difficult for sure, flipping and sniping for profit. Okay, I didn't know that. This is going to go on the stream recap as a good PSA to people. I didn't even know that. Someone said, yo, are you factoring in honey costs into your Pokeyen stack for Shiny War? Also, you know, congrats on all your progress. Very kind, right? And I was like, no way. Don't tell me honey tree farming is efficient during Shiny War. And everyone in chat is like, yes, it is. I haven't thought about it. That's really good to know. I'm gonna try to check what I can. Simba's barking at my wife who's just getting home from work. That is huge info. So I appreciate you guys with the heads up. I'll have to factor that in and do what I can. 47,000 Pokeyen per rotation. Like, it's just, we'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can afford. That is really good to know though. Oof. Dude, shout out to Jimmy Run for finding this. And then I believe Best Friends or Roy Rogers News on YouTube for having this in one of his old videos. Dude, I barely remember this. Some people don't talk about donor status used to be way more expensive. Donor status has actually come down in price over the years. They give credit where credit is due. 15 days of dono used to be double the price at 2000 RP. And I think RP was the same, where it was like, I think it was the same, where it was like 1000 RP was $10. I believe it was the same price. I could be wrong. I believe it was the same price wise. A 7-day dono was 1000 RP. Nowadays it's 500 RP. And then 30 days of dono was 2500 RP. 25 versus nowadays it is 1500. It's a whole 1000 less. Like, that is kind of nuts. It's also just nuts to see like the old UI. I used to love old PokeMMO UI. It is objectively ugly, but God, I love it, man. This is so nostalgic to me. So nostalgic, but a really cool thing to see. Once again, shout out to Jimmy Run and Best Friends for these two screenshots. Hey Patrouski, if you had to start from zero, what would your strategy be to make the first 10 million Pokeyen? Definitely a combination of gym reruns, trainer reruns. If you're skilled enough, like if you're starting from 0 yen but not zero like knowledge, breeding for profit. You could do fossils. Fossils are consistent as well. You probably do some combo of Jimmy runs, trainer runs, breeding for profit, fossil farming, just all the main money making methods. I have a video on my channel covering the top 5 like best money making methods in PokeMMO and covering that. And there are more niche options. You can get like niche markets into breeding for profit or catching Pokemon. Like, once again, there's a lot of PvP changes that happened over the past one day, and there's a lot of money to be made right now with those recent PvP changes. So keep an eye on PvP changes, whether you play PvP or not. They affect the market drastically and will increase your ability to make Pokeyen for a temporary period of time. Check that out. Great question. I love doing from scratch challenges though. I think the last from scratch challenge I did, was it Lunar New Year Andy? I guess the Iron Man. If you count the Iron Man, I did the Iron Man from scratch over the past 1 year or so, and I've shown all that journey. But I did an account called Lunar New Year Andy, and that was probably it was not last year's Lunar New Year, because I've been focusing on the Iron Man account. It was another year. So I'm actually due to do I think after post Shiny Wars, do not be surprised if I do a from scratch challenge in PokeMMO. I love doing them at least once a year to show people you can still do it and how to do it in the process and all that. So check that out post Shiny Wars for sure. But Lunar New Year Andy was an account that I did where I created the account in the middle, like at the start of Lunar New Year. I did touch grass. That's true. I do a lot of from scratch challenges. I did the touch grass challenge in like April of this year. That's true. I do a lot of from scratch challenges, man, and showing people that was I could only play like so many hours a day, and I had to walk like miles to unlock the ability to play more hours. That was cool. And then there was the Lunar New Year Andy was making an account from scratch during the Lunar New Year event, and I was able to make about 1 million Pokeyen in one day on that account. Like, events are crazy, to be fair. Events are insane. But that is like, to any new player out there, you can make it in PokeMMO. It's going to take a lot of game. It's just game knowledge game. Need some game knowledge. You need to put in the time, the effort. You got to earn your kind of place. But anybody can do it. Anybody can take over PokeMMO. You know, you got to just put in the work, the time, the effort, all that jazz. This is a great question. Have you ever wanted any specific OTs? Yeah, I mean, I love collecting OTs of old friends and old people in PokeMMO, old heads. There's not. I mean, there might be one OT that I'm looking for. If anybody, I think this was his, I don't even know if this was his IGN by the end of it. If anybody has a Fudnud OT, I would be interested. FUDNUD. But I don't know if that's I don't know if he ended up changing his name, or I don't know. There's like there's a few usernames like that. I've definitely looked for OTs. I found a Joshua at OT shiny, like, you know, years ago, and I picked that up, like things like that, you know. Any old shinies of old players, I would be interested. It'd be a dream come true to have a 2013 NU era comp from Orange Maniac would be a dream. I used to go through his guides for NU back in the day. So those are a few that come to mind, things like that, or like old Joshua OTs. Yeah, there's so many old friends, you know, old players that you think of, and it's hard to just go through them all. But that's a few that come to mind. Great question. Everyone who played back then has some names that come to mind. Like it'd be cool to have an OT like that. Great question, man. Great question. By the way, aren't you afraid of encountering a shiny in the Safari Zone? It's a great question. It's one of those things. If you asked me like 10 years ago, will I ever like shiny hunt in the Safari Zone or be afraid of that or whatever, I would say, oh my god, absolutely, every time. Like, I'm never gonna shiny hunt in the Safari Zone. The more shiny OTs you get, the more you're like, fuck it, let's ball, we risked it, right? When you have 0 OT shinies or like 0 to 5, you're like, no way, nope, never doing that, no way, like fuck that, yada yada yada, right? And then you get to like 15 OT shinies and you're like, okay, I'll go in the Safari Zone for the bit. I'll risk it a little bit, not for 30,000 encounters, but like I'll risk it a little bit. And then you get to like 25 and you're like, yo, let's do a Safari Shine. And then you get to like 50 OT shinies and you're like, I'm currently 60k dry. Let's pop dinner status and shiny charm and go in the Safari Zone just to feel something. Like you get like way more like, fuck it, we ball. Like the more shinies you have caught and collected, you start chasing this like new experience, and sometimes only the flea of a safari shiny can wake you up and bring you back. And that's crazy, but like I think that's honestly how it plays out in Pokemon from my experience. All right, fellas, we're waiting for the catch event results. Wanted to do a quick little update on my streaming schedule. I think I'm gonna not stream tomorrow as well, and I feel bad because I've taken a little bit of time off stream, but I'm doing long streams. I did a 7.5 hour stream Monday, I believe, and a 9.5 hour today, so hopefully the time makes up for it. But what this is allowing me to do, doing the longer stream days when I do stream, but then streaming less days, is allowing me to work more on evergreen content and on big videos. I just actually finished a big Iron Man project, not related to the series, but Iron Man adjacent, my biggest Iron Man guide, okay? So it's been tough recently streaming 4 days a week and then usually uploading videos on Friday, or making videos on Friday, excuse me. It's been tough, and then usually Saturday, Sunday I work as well. It's been tough I just haven't been able to get everything done. I've been very busy IRL and busy with my other channels. I've been uploading pretty actively. I'm trying to get back to uploading consistently on Retro Pat and Patrouski MTG, my 2 other side channels. If you're interested in listening to me talk about retro video games or other playthroughs of games or Magic the Gathering cards, I have 2 channels for that I've been trying to be more consistent on. But all of this to say, I think I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. My streaming schedule is going to be a lot more fluid and a lot more based on when catch events are. So there's a catch event on Sunday, for example. I'm going to try my best to stream. I don't know what thing I have, if I have anything scheduled this weekend, but I'm going to try to stream that, for example. So I'm going to try to be more about being on top of catch events, streaming those all the time, and then using a bit more of my free time to make long edited like guides and resources that people can use for a long time, as opposed to just constant stream recaps. So I hope you guys can understand, and I appreciate you guys being patient with that change, and we're gonna see how it plays out. And don't worry, there might be a few less streams, like 1 less stream a week maybe, but we're gonna even play that by ear, and we'll just kind of see how it plays out. And I appreciate you guys going with the flow on all that. Bro, what are you guys doing? Someone said Patrouski OT 400 mil. Bro, I will make you the Pokemon for free if you just pay for the please don't do this. I need to like have a stream where I just like breed a shit ton of Patrouski OTs and like pump them into the market, especially like good ones. This is insane. You're not selling this for 400 mil. Dude, what is happening? It's really funny, but that shit maybe sells for fucking, dude, that's insane. Get out of here with that. Go sell it for a fair price, okay? Or if you want a Patrouski OT, like I need to get back to streams pumping that out is what I'm learning. So I don't want people to, my OT should not cost anything. It's cool that people care about it and want it as a signature. Like, that's really amazing and really like a privilege, but it shouldn't cost anything extra. I'm happy to go ahead and do some streams where we breed a bunch of Patrouski OTs and sell them for at cost on the GTL, or just try to give them out to whoever comes and trades me. We should definitely do that at some point. All right, fellas, we have catch event results for the Safari Marl catch event. In 4th place, I'm surprised, 12 points. It was this low. In 4th place with 12 points, we have KFK, man. Congratulations, dude. In 3rd place with 167, Jarton. Congratulations. In 2nd place, in 2nd place, 171, we have Efanando. Congratulations, dude. Congratulations. And then 1st place, do we have it? In 1st place, 176 to Jose Legendario. It's a banger name, Legendario. I'm gonna call him Legendario. Congratulations, man. That is a sick 176. It was a weird event, man. There was like a lot of lows, nothing crazy being linked in global chat. People kept it a secret, and then there were some banger scores though. 176 first, and then the 4th place being 12 was pretty fucking impressive. Those were pretty high scores for a Safari catch event. Absolutely. Thanks to everybody for participating as per usual, and good luck on future catch events. One of the coolest ways to engage with the PokeMMO community is catch events, dude. They're a blast. Check them out if you haven't. Alrighty, fellas, a 9.5 hour stream in the books on a Wednesday. I hope people enjoyed, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it is what it is. Like the stream if you enjoyed it, guys. Dislike if not. Subscribe for daily videos. I do upload every single day on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. If you want to go above and beyond and support the content, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal and Venmo donations do allow me to be here. Thank you guys for hanging. Thanks for watching. Thanks for memeing. Good luck on future catch events, guys. I'm probably gonna go. I don't know if I'm watching the range of movies I'm watching tonight is hilarious. I don't know which one. It's either gonna be, dude, Supa, much love to you, man. I love your little fit too. It's either gonna be the new Jackass or Toy Story 5 or Minions in Monsters or Jackass. So it's gonna be the funniest. Anyways, I don't know what I'm seeing tonight. I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Have a good day playing PokeMMO. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Arito. Yo, what's up? Outro Patrouski here, and I wanted to say thank you so much to everybody's name who is on this list. You really allow me to make the content that I do every single day, and I hope I can make it worth your guys' while and add to your PokeMMO journey. Thanks again so much for watching the entire video, and have a great day.